Welcome to our discussion today. We are here to talk about food and mood connection, and it might be the mood and food connection. We're not sure if it's the chicken or the egg came first, but we do know that mental health and nutrition are very intimately connected, and we're going to talk about it today. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Kristen Woodling. I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I own Pamper Your Mind, where we promote good mental health for professional women. And I'm joined here with my friend, Betsy. Hi, Betsy.
Hi there. So I'm Betsy Markle. I am the founder of Sunshine Wellness. I'm a lot of things. Mostly I'm a nutritionist. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I like to think of myself as more of a health coach. So I kind of live that balanced life. I also teach yoga. And if I were to summarize the mission of Sunshine Wellness, we help women lose weight effortlessly. We help them to overcome cravings, revive energy so that they can heal their metabolism and ditch dieting forever and ditch that dieting mindset because it's no fun. So I have a local company in Melbourne area, but we pretty much have a foolproof system where we're able to help clients all over the US.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me, Kristen.
I've been to several of Betsy's workshops. I always learn something new and interesting. Excited to hear what she has to share with us today. So let's dive in. So Betsy, no secret, it's we're here in January. It's the New Year's. People have New Year's resolutions. Weight loss is obviously one of them. Mm-hmm. And in the mental health world, when we talk about weight loss, we talk a lot about habits and mindsets and attitudes. And there's one really big one that people tend to overlook or maybe avoid, more is a better word. I'm going to get to that in just a minute, but I'm going to ask you to share with us, what do you see as a dietitian as the biggest roadblock to reaching your weight loss goals?
Yeah, I first want to mention how dead on you are. Okay. It's just, people think that in order to find happiness and reach their goals, they need to lose weight first. But it's actually the opposite. So many of my clients, if their life is stressful, if their schedules are overloaded, it's usually more of the problem, and if you think about it, it just leads to more of that stress eating. They can't control anything in their life because their schedule's so out of whack. And they start to lose their willpower and start to lose their motivation. And then it becomes kind of another diet and another effort in their life. And so it's never really the answer. So I love what you do, Kristen, because I think you and I are so on the same page, constantly. And I just want to bring up a really important topic. If the stress hormones are activated in the body, you just never lose weight. So the answer is never I got to lose weight and therefore that's going to happen. So I just, to be more specific on the nutrition side, I'd say the number one roadblock for people when trying to lose weight is that they are depriving themselves. And I do the exact opposite. Here we are helping women and our clients to revive and heal their metabolism so they don't ever have to deal with dieting again. So it's always trying to help our clients to eat healthier, as in properly, the right balance of things, and the right balance in their life with all their daily habits. So I'd say that's probably the biggest answer. And how about for you, Kristen? What's kind of the biggest mental health roadblock related to weight loss?
Yeah, so I'll talk about that, but I just want to say, man, the nail on the head, what you're saying with overwhelmed, I think that's a big one. I can relate to that. My kids are in sports and I'm not the biggest planner. And so if I don't plan ahead of time and we get caught up from one practice to the other, everything goes out the window. And that is definitely one thing I've gained from your workshops is learning. I know one of my goals is to eat more frequently, and to add more. It's because I need the nutrition versus waiting until you're hungry and then eating all the things that are not healthy for you or give your body what you need. So thanks for the reminder.
Amen.
But no, the one big thing in mental health that I think people tend to avoid or minimize is coping with trauma. So, and when I say trauma, I think people think real big crisis, which certainly can be, but we have small traumas in life too. And sometimes they're from our past and sometimes they're current, but when you avoid them, you avoid feelings. You don't want to feel what is related to that. And when you do that, you deprive yourself of feeling good feelings as well. And so then you're just kind of going through life numb, and we tend to eat foods that we should not eat when we are avoiding and not being mindful and not being present to really be in tune with what our body needs. And so I think that that is a big one that I encourage people to really kind of self-evaluate. Do you have some traumas from past or current that you are suppressing, convincing yourself that you're over, and maybe you haven't fully processed? Definitely dive into that, digest it. It will not consume you. It will be a really healthy step. So that is one that I see very connected to nutrition.
I hear you. Absolutely.
Yeah. And when we're dealing with trauma, I tend to always tell people, like, you've got to have the physical strength to deal with the emotional challenges. So we talk a lot about sleep, nutrition, and exercise. I always kind of do a quick little evaluation of that with my patients. How's that going? And it can be a challenge. So I'll just pause right there and ask you, Betsy, what is your feedback for us? Energy. When we're overwhelmed, we're tired, we're fatigued, our energy is low, what can we do nutrition-wise to keep that energy level up?
Yeah, it's probably one of the main like symptoms. Sorry, that's my dog in the background. Sunny. It is. Energy is like a bad, is a major symptom, like, and it relates to like the lack of motivation. And I think that's like the biggest one. People are like, I just can't get my mojo, my energy, my motivation back. And it just provides there where they just can't go anywhere. So, I mean, Kristen and I overlap, like we overlap on so many areas. And so one of the big ones is like where you said you like kind of lack in planning. That's my kind of key area. I love being organized. I love helping my clients simplify their lives so that they have routines. Like every day is like a daily routine. It doesn't have to be boring, but it has to be something that they love. So they have a good morning routine, a good PM, EM, like a, bedtime routine. They're getting constant sleep. Like if they work all these long hours, they need to take breaks. They need to because they'll go off track after a long work day and they'll be like, I need to have that glass of wine. I deserve to have that glass of wine. So it's all about like finding a flow of the day and finding balance. And in our program, we also work a lot on exercise and the right kind of balance of exercise. A lot of people actually exercise too much. And that stresses the adrenal glands out, which produce more of that cortisol response, which makes them unable to lose weight. So people always think they need to deprive themselves and I need to exercise more, when it comes to weight loss. And it just zaps their energy. So when I'm thinking about like when I'm menu planning, I'm working my clients for nutrition and I'm trying to gain more energy, like it's so fast. It can happen like overnight where they start to get the energy if they start to eat enough carbs. Okay, so this is where the deprivation happens. I got to cut carbs. Our society is definitely in that kind of bit of a keto world and low carb world. So the second that I start giving them actual fuel, like fuel your metabolism, nurture that metabolism back to health instead of being so hard on it all the time. So when you are fueling your metabolism with enough carbs evenly through the day, not just all at breakfast and none at dinner or the opposite. So many people like skip like all day and then they're like have cravings galore at night. So it's more of an even kind of thing when it comes to your fueling of your carbs. And then I'm always thinking about having the right types of carbs. So some people are more inflammatory when they eat certain kinds of food. So I just help them figure out which ones are the right ones for them. And how about you, Kristen? What helps most?
Yeah,
energy
so I'm going to tap back into what you were talking about with motivation, because I think that's a big one. And I think people have a misconception that I have to motivate to act. And sometimes action creates motivation. But we have to your point, when you said like sometimes people exercise too much, and you're talking about from a physical standpoint, but from a mindset place, if you tend to work out hard and heavy and maybe you've fallen out of that routine, the thought of getting back into it is really overwhelming. And so what I like to work with people on is small goals. Small steps, small action steps can lead to a feeling of success, which energizes you, which drives that motivation to do more. So when we were talking about, sleep, nutrition, exercise, if sleep's been a challenge for you, start a bedtime routine, but just start with like one small step. Maybe you decide what time you need to go to bed and all the electronics are off at that time. Maybe you're not falling asleep at that time, but you're allowing your body to rest. You're starting that new routine. It's a step to take. If you've been out of whack with your exercise, commit to a 5-minute walk every day. Almost anyone outside of any, health issues can walk for 5 minutes. And when you walk for 5 minutes and you get that blood flowing, it naturally kind of drives you to want to do more because it feels good. So that's one thing I want to encourage people. If you're trying to get your health on track, mind and body, start with small steps. It will feel good. You will feel a sense of success. It will drive some more motivation, and you will naturally want to do more. It kind of gets that ball rolling in the right direction, right?
100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We always go step by step. Like even after I meet with a client, like I can never just say, here, work on these 10 things. No way. Like it's way too overwhelming. I'm like, just work on these 2 things this week. That's it.
yeah.
Or 1 thing.
And it's like you said, it's almost instant energy. Like it feels good to go, I did that. Okay, now what's next? Yeah. So love it. Speaking of those 2 things and keeping it simple, Betsy, should we leave people to think about these points that we're talking about today and then build on that discussion?
Yeah, the thing is we had one more topic we were going to talk about, but we're like, no, keep it simple.
I think I'm getting the vibe, like we've given them enough to wrap their mind around a little bit and stay focused on that and not get overwhelmed. So I like that. Always love our discussions. I want to do more this year. Like you said, we are so aligned. I think I'm a big believer that our nutrition and our mental health are so connected, and we don't talk about it enough. So definitely want to keep that going. So I appreciate your time being here today.
I know in a world of like just dieting and lifestyle extremes, I hope that we are like just that a little bit of something that like softens your heart to say, oh, there's people out there who want to like help nurture me and my health back, and guide me in a healthy, like nice way, kind way,
Absolutely. I love it. So do you want to share with our viewers where they can get more information from you or get in touch with you?
Sure. Probably easiest would be my website, realisticnutrition.com. On there, you can see our number and you can set up a free consultation, and there's tons of information. I mean, so many articles and stuff on there. And how about you, Kristen?
So yes, you can we have actually a free membership on the website at pamperyourmind.com. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, if you prefer the social media route. But on the free membership site, there's a wealth of information. I have all my articles I've written posted on there, so you can search by topic. There's podcasts on there. There's my book recommendations. So yeah, sign up. It's for free, and we would love to connect with you this year. So, well, thank you. We wish everybody a happy, healthy New Year 2022. It's going to be great.
Yes, absolutely. Love everyone.